I'm Mari Hirschberg.
And I'm Marissa McBride.
And welcome to the Play-by-Play Camp special on the NCAA Tournament Bubble Teams. We're going to hit 4 major conferences: the SEC, the ACC, the Big Ten, and the Big East. Let's get right to the SEC, where Taylor Frank will report on Alabama. Take it away, Taylor.
Hey everybody, I'm Taylor Frank, and I'm here today talking about Alabama basketball and why they should make the NCAA tournament. Bama hasn't played in the tourney since 2006, but head coach Anthony Grant has led the Tide to a 16-8 record and the top spot in the SEC West in only his second season. Grant is no stranger to March Madness. In 3 years at VMI, he went to 2 NCAA tournaments and reached the second round in 2007 by beating 6th-seeded Duke. On the court, Alabama's key player is forward JaMychal Green. Green, a junior from Montgomery, Alabama, is 9th in the SEC in scoring. On the defensive end, he is 7th in rebounding and 4th in block shots. He also has 6 double-doubles this season. If Green is on top of his game, Alabama is one of the most dangerous teams in the nation. Defensively, Alabama is one of the best teams in the country. They're 8th in the nation in points allowed, holding their opponents to only 58.4 points per game. The Tide also holds their opponents to the 3rd lowest field goal percentage in the nation at 36.8%. Alabama beat fellow SEC bubble team Ole Miss 74-64 on February 12th. The other SEC bubble team, Georgia, will play Alabama in early March in Tuscaloosa, where the Tide have not lost this season. Thank you for watching, and roll Tide.
Thanks, Taylor. Another team on the bubble in the SEC are the Tennessee Volunteers.
The Tennessee Volunteers are unranked in the AP poll and sit at number 28 in the RPI with a 17-12 record overall and a 7-7 record in the SEC. Tennessee is stable against strong competition and have an 11-10 record in the RPI against top 100 teams and a 7-5 record against the RPI top 50 teams. They have a 4-4 record against the AP ranked teams, and they also have 7 quality wins that will probably get them into the tournament, including 2 against Vanderbilt, Georgia, Memphis, Pittsburgh, and Villanova.
Marissa, you think the Tennessee Volunteers will make the tournament? Well, the Marquette Golden Eagles are also on the bubble. In the Big East, let's go out to Max Cotton for a report on why the Golden Eagles should not make the tournament.
Hi, I'm Max Cotton, and this is why I believe the Marquette Golden Eagles should not make the NCAA tournament. They are 11th in the Big East Conference, and I doubt the NCAA tournament committee will take 11 teams from any conference. They've never done that before. They are 2-9 against ranked opponents this year. That's just not enough quality wins, in my mind. Third and final, their performance against some of the bad teams in the Big East, like DePaul and South Florida. Those both were close games, and quite frankly, for a bubble team, you can't be having close games with mediocre teams. You got to be blowing those teams out. That's why I think the Marquette Golden Eagles should not make the NCAA tournament.
Thanks, Max. Other Big East teams that should be in the tournament are West Virginia, St. John's, Notre Dame, UConn, Pittsburgh, Georgetown, Cincinnati, Louisville, and my Big East team, Syracuse. The Orange are 7-2 in their last 9 games. And for the Hoyas, their senior guard, Chris Wright, is out with a broken left hand. Hopefully he'll be back in time for the big dance, or else the Hoyas are in some big trouble. Now let's take it out to Emily Seeberger for a report on the Villanova Wildcats.
The Villanova Wildcats started off their season well, but recently they've been coming up short, losing 5 of their last 7 games. They're relying too heavily on their guards, their shooting has been weak, and they've made game-altering mistakes, including numerous fouls. However, they have great potential, and with a good schedule coming up, I believe that they have the ability to make it into the tournament. However, if they keep playing like they have been, they'll get knocked out early. Now back to you.
Thanks, Emily. I think Villanova will make it too. Now let's head to the Big Ten, who features the number 1 team in the nation, Ohio State. First, let's go to Jacob Janauer, who talks about Tom Izzo's Michigan State Spartans.
Hello, I am Jacob Janauer, and here are 3 reasons why the Michigan State Spartans should make the tournament. The first reason is their strength of schedule. I mean, they played Duke, Syracuse, UConn, plus all the Big Ten teams, some of them twice, which means they've had a very hard schedule. They played 2 top 5 caliber teams, and also their experience. I mean, Keelan Lucas, Draymond Green, Darrell Summers, Delvon Rowe, all have had experience in the tournament multiple times, including multiple Final Fours, which makes them a big threat down the stretch. Plus, their coach, Tom Izzo, is arguably the best coach in the NCAA. So he knows what to do, knows the right moves to get him into the tournament. I think Michigan State will get into the tournament. Reporting for Play-by-Play Camps, I'm Jacob Janauer. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Jacob. Another bubble team from the Big Ten is Illinois. Austin Anderson, why should Illinois be in the Big Dance?
Hello, this is Austin Anderson, and these are the reasons why Illinois should make the NCAA tournament. First off, their strength of schedule is challenging. They're 20th in the nation in RPI, and they also have solid wins against Minnesota, Michigan State, and Wisconsin. Secondly, they have a solid group of young nuclei to fill the roster. Dimitri McCamey has averaged 14.5 points per game, as well as Mike Davis and Mike Tisdale are averaging over 6.5 boards per game and 50% from the field. Also, the NCAA selection committee knows that a Bruce Weber coach team will perform when it comes to crunch time. And if Illinois can have a strong finish to the regular season and also a couple of solid Big Ten tournament wins, then they should be able to be set for the Big Dance. Reporting for Play-by-Play Sports Broadcasting Camps.
Thanks, Austin. Lastly, let's head to the ACC. We know Duke and North Carolina will both be in the tournament, but how about Boston College? Let's head out to Tim Scott for a report on the Eagles.
Good evening, sports fans. This is Tim Scott, and today we are going to discuss Boston College basketball. Currently, they are 16-9 with a 6-5 advantage in the ACC. It's currently tied for 5th with the Clemson Tigers. According to Bracketology's Joe Lunardi, they are one of the last 4 teams in. Here's why. Their RPI is .59, which is 43rd in the country, as well as the 19th hardest schedule. They beat Texas A&M and Bucknell this season, but have lost to Yale and Miami and 7 other teams. Reggie Jackson is the main scorer for the team, with 18.5 points, as well as the leader in assists with 4.6. Joe Trapani, 7.5 rebounds per game, has really aided the team in down low. The ACC schedule looks really hard for the Eagles, so expect them to either alter their stats positively or negatively. Reporting live, this is Tim Scott, Play-by-Play Camps.
Thanks, Tim. Other teams on the bubble in the ACC include Virginia Tech and Florida State. Emily, who was just in Villanova yesterday, is now in Blacksburg, Virginia, for a report on the Hokies and the Seminoles.
The Hokies did wonders for the resume last Saturday, upsetting top-ranked Duke in Blacksburg, Virginia. The win is the Hokies' 9th in ACC play and puts them in prime position and a spot in the field of 68 with Florida State. The Seminoles rebounded from a tough loss against Maryland this week to get back on track with a home win over Miami, Florida on Saturday. That win is Florida State's 10th ACC win of the year. As others slide down the bubble, the Seminoles keep pace and will remain in the field of 68. Now back to you.
There you have it. Don't forget to check out our NCAA tournament preview in a few weeks.
For Play-by-Play Sports Broadcasting Camps, I'm Marissa McBride.
And I'm Mario Hirsch-Gordon. Go Syracuse.
Go Georgetown!